Yo, peep this. You just clicked on let's view it, and I'm ticka Tyrone Cross. Welcome to my channel where I react to all kinds of different videos. You never really know which way I'm gonna go. But in this video, I'm gonna answer atheist questions, but I'm gonna give a break to our little blonde atheist friend. And I'm gonna bring 3 new atheists to this group. But in this video, I'm not gonna react to our favorite blonde atheist. I'm bringing 3 new atheists to the group, and let's see what they got. So you already know, let's view it.
You're 100% wrong. God didn't invent evil. Satan is clearly confusing you.
So she's holding up a Bible quote, Isaiah 45:7 from the King James Version. It says, I form the light, I create the darkness, I make peace, I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Dang, she got us. God's not real. Or if he is real, he's terrible. He's a terrible, terrible God. Just joking. She didn't get anybody or anything. So as I said before, we all know the Bible has been changed. Things have been added and taken out. What parts are true? What parts are lies? Those are all things that you got to figure out with your relationship with God. You should be able to tell. You should be able to weave through all this deception. Now, let's touch on the quote. Let me make this as simple as possible, and you can go Google it afterwards if you don't believe me. Bottom line, just to sum it up real quick, the Bible was written in Hebrew, right? The original Bible is written in Hebrew. The word evil, the closest Hebrew translation you can get, would mean to destroy or to create chaos. It's not the evil as in blackness in your heart or in your mind, like Charles Manson, serial killer, mean people stuff. Like I said, you can go look it up and you will see what I'm saying is true. There is no direct Hebrew translation of the word evil, but the closest thing you're going to get would mean to break, to destroy. Right? So God does good things and he also has destroyed things, i.e. the flood. Now, with that being said, as I said, the Bible has been manipulated. I believe the Bible has been touched by the devil. So what better way than to put something like that in the Bible where it says, I create evil, and for everyone that doesn't know or doesn't want to spend time to actually decipher all this stuff, they now go on thinking God said, I create evil, meaning actual true evil, violence, that type of evil. So with that being said, I don't know what an atheist would say about that quote now, but there it is.
The way some of y'all Christians are in my comment section fighting for your lives like Christ didn't already die for it is alarming. Y'all trying to explain free will sounds like a partipperdack robber mix scabber. That shit is not making a bit of fucking sense. This is what free will sounds like to a non-believer. Hey, I made you some cookies earlier. I put them on the table. Thanks. I think I'm gonna go for the snickerdoodle. It looks pretty good. Just be careful. It has poison in it. Oh, well then I'll just go for the chocolate chip. Yeah, that one has poison in it too. Are there any cookies that don't have poison in it? The sugar cookie doesn't. Is there a reason you put poison in all the other cookies except for the sugar cookie? Because I would have chose the sugar cookie. It's the one that I want you to choose. So I made that one without the poison. You're welcome. But why did you give the other options if you only wanted me to choose this one? Why didn't you just make all sugar cookies? Because I would seem controlling if I didn't give you options.
What? That makes no sense. What kind of analogy is that? Cookies, but only one cookie is not poison? I don't know about y'all, but I know I have many choices that I need to make in my life. Many of them are good, and a lot of times I'm comparing them to bad choices. Never in my life have I only had one choice to make. Now, if she's trying to compare that to how to get to heaven and how you're supposed to live your life, she missed the mark. She just missed the mark because you got tons of choices to make in order to get to heaven. Just because to get there you have to go through God or have a relationship with him doesn't mean that everything else is poison. while you have that relationship with God, you still got tons of choices to make. But the atheist, I guess, is saying you either believe in God or you don't. If you don't believe in God, that's all poison. I mean, if you only had one choice in your life right when you were born, it would probably be to breathe.
This is a question that I would ask all the time growing up as a Christian. Why would God make his presence so known to people back in biblical times? By sending an angel to give a message, or by physically making his voice heard to someone? Why would people hear from God in tangible ways back in biblical times to where they would have no doubt that God existed? But today, nothing like that happens. We just have to have faith. Anytime I would ask that question, I would be met with our ways are not God's ways. We're not meant to understand everything God does or does not do. Biblical times were just different than times today. And who are we to question God? We shouldn't question God. It pained me back then, but I would swallow it. I would swallow my questions and just live with the cognitive dissonance, even though I didn't understand. Because losing Christianity, losing God I couldn't do that. I've broken free from that now.
So let me attack this question in a couple of different ways. Again, I always got to mention, I don't believe everything in the Bible. And you guys got to understand, it's been manipulated. Everything in our lives, the Bible, our schooling systems, people will do things for attention. So I don't put it past anybody to write stories saying that God spoke to me directly, or he showed up here, or he showed up there, just to seem like God's right-hand man or something. Like I'm closer to him than you are. He actually came to me. Has he ever come to you? Now that's one reason why those stories could have been written that way. Just like these days, right? People do anything for attention. They make fake videos. They claim they see Bigfoot, will show a video of it, or an alien and show a video of it instead of writing it down. But again, I always like to answer the question as if it could be real too. And one of the biggest reasons I would assume for that, and one of the biggest reasons I would assume that God doesn't show himself in the ways that they say in the Old Testament, is that we spiritually are dead. Since we don't have this relationship with him, a real relationship with him, I think it's been killed through churches and the Bible and Christianity and Catholic and all this other stuff, that we don't have a direct relationship with him. And it's possible that back in the biblical times, obviously people were more spiritual. They were closer to him. So in that way, maybe they had a different type of relationship with him where he would show up. Again, I'm not saying that's true, but that is one reason or a thought or a theory of why that could have been. So that's the video. I brought in 3 new atheists to answer their questions. Again, the questions, I get it. I get how they can be tough. I hope I'm doing a good job answering them. I really am trying my best. I know some people probably feel it's a cop-out to say I don't believe everything in the Bible, but I feel it's a cop-out to say it's the one thing that's honestly never been touched by the devil. The devil has been here before churches and the Bible. The devil has been the king of this world before all of that. And you really think he let all of this go untouched, unmanipulated? The odds are there are lies in the Bible. It's just a fact. It's been used for control, for politics. A politician will say, I believe in God, just to get a vote. So anyways, I hope my answers help at least a little. Maybe it'll help you get to more answers that you're looking for. Because obviously, if you're watching these videos, you're either curious about some answers or what to believe. Some people might believe there is something that created us, but maybe you're feeling like you can't grasp the Bible completely. That's how I was. But then I came to an understanding, it's probably because it also has manipulation in it. Once I accepted that, it made it easier to answer a lot of these questions. So I hope I'm doing a good job. If my questions are helping you in any way, maybe helping you weed out your own questions and your own answers, then share the video so that others that are confused can hear my answers. Maybe it'll help them out. I'm not saying I know everything, but hey, I'm here to help as much as I can. But while you're out there sharing my video and my crazy atheist answers, I'm also gonna need you to hit that bell like the hunchback. Also click that hitchhiker button and sub ride with me. And I'll see you on the next trip.
Day and night. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. All my life. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. Can't help I keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.